What's up, everyone? Welcome to Project XTalk podcast, episode number 19, your weekly podcast all about Xbox. If you like that, please subscribe to the channel and drop us a like. We just passed 100 subscribers, so I want to say thank you to everyone. Make sure you're telling your friends, spread the word. And for audio listeners, make sure to drop us some reviews on Apple Podcasts and other services. It really helps grow the podcast. My name's Kevin, aka the Muffin Man. I'm your host, and as usual, I'm joined by Tom, Aman, and Garrett. How are you guys doing this week?
I'm doing great.
Pretty good.
I'm doing fantastic.
That's great. I'm good, and as our video listeners may have noticed, we have a special guest this week. His name is Husk, and I'm going to let him do the introductions for himself. Why don't you give us a little, tidbit about what you're doing, where you're from, where people can find you?
So, for those listening that don't know, I'm part of the panel over on Gaming Beyond the Box. That's every Wednesday at 8 EST. I do a lot of video editing and graphic stuff for the channel over there. We have a weekly kind of messed up news show we do called FWNR. And you can find me on every platform, ACS_Husk. I appreciate the invite. It was awesome. You reached out to me and pumped.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
Let's get into some.
Yeah, absolutely. It's great to have you on. Everyone, make sure to go check him out. Gaming Beyond the Box. Before we get into the actual show, I just want to let everyone know we dropped 2 more videos this week. On Tuesday, I dropped our Yakuza Like a Dragon review, and on Thursday, Tom dropped the best JRPGs on Xbox video. So go check those out if you haven't. Now, let's get right into the show. And as is tradition here on Project XTalk, we begin each week with a simple question, and that's what you playing. So I'm going to start with our guest, Husk. What you playing?
What am I playing right now? It's kind of a mixed bag. Me and my friend Leo just got back into Dead Space 3.
Okay.
That's been fun. I gave Medium a shot a little while ago. It just got an update like last week, so hopefully that kind of fixes some optimization. Because I'm playing on PC, and my system wasn't very happy about the way it was running. So hopefully that cleared it up. So those 2, and I guess I don't know. I picked up the Division 2 again for one night.
If you've watched Digital Foundry's video, the Medium is pretty intense on PCs even. So
It's
not
tasking.
surprised. Yeah, not surprised it's had some issues. But good games. Division 2 I dropped off pretty quick back at launch. So
Me too.
yeah. Tom, what you got going on? Tom?
You need to unmute, Tom.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, is he frozen?
He was muted.
Yeah,
I'll
I think
skip-
Tom's froze.
All right, I'll skip Tom and I'll go to...
Oh, no.
Oop, I'm here. Well, we'll go to Garrett right now.
Well, Kevin, thank you. I've been on my week 3 of Sea of Thieves bender, and I've been subbing it with a little bit of Minecraft. It is like Sea of Thieves I could just put hours and hours into, and then I don't know. I'm down. We can tear it up.
You and Sea of Thieves, it's consumed your life.
It really has. It's just so pretty on the Series X, man. You just play that and find a good lo-fi playlist and just have that in the background. It's a way of life, especially in this whole stay inside-ism. We're currently in year 1, year 2 of now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Aman, what you playing over there?
I haven't been playing much as of lately. I'm around halfway through the Medium. I just picked up Bloodborne for my PS4, so I might check that one out as well. That's all I have going on so far.
Cool. Tom, we're gonna go back to you. Hopefully everything's resolved over there. What you playing?
What's going on? I haven't really been playing my Xbox anything new on there. I've been playing Valheim on PC. Pretty good. Everyone's
I
playing
heard
it.
that was awesome.
Pretty-
What's it like?
It's a lighter survival game. It's a lot. If you ever played a game like Ark or Conan, it's sort of like that in the PvE
Mhm.
aspects. Worry about like no one killing me. I'm just playing it with me and my wife anyway. So it's pretty
And
good.
he died again, and we lost him on.
And sure, we're gonna win. I guess it's gonna do.
This is a dumpster on fire so far here with the technical issues,
Sorry.
guys.
Yeah, you guys all froze, so I didn't know what was going on, so I just left and joined.
So don't worry about that. As for me, I just finished Haven, which I'm going to have a Game Pass and review coming to the channel probably in a few weeks for that. It's on Game Pass. I enjoyed that game a lot. I am now 67 hours into Persona 5 Royal on my PlayStation. So I'm about to beat the end of the base game, and then we're going to go into the actual new content. So looking forward to that. If there's nothing else, we'll get into the news for the week. So we'll start with story number 1. And there was no news before yesterday, before this news story broke. So story number 1 is Xbox has announced FPS boost for backwards compatible titles. We reported on this rumor last week where they were talking about how they had something in the works. There was a Spanish YouTuber kind of hinting at some stuff. But pulling from Xbox Wire, in the post from Paul Eng, the senior program manager at Xbox, Paul states that when we were designing the Xbox Series X and S, we knew we wanted to continue our commitment to compatibility we started back in 2015, enabling gamers to play their favorite titles from past generations on the new consoles. Nearly all titles benefit from the next-gen features like faster loading times and quick resume. Then the team went one step further, adding enhancements to many of our most played games so they look, felt, and play better than ever before. He goes on to say they wanted to make them play even better without additional work from developers or updates to games. So they developed what they're calling FPS boosts, and employs a variety of new methods for nearly doubling, or in a few instances, quadrupling the original frame rates of select titles. The first batch of those titles, which are available right now, are Far Cry 4, New Super Lucky's Tale, Sniper Elite 4, UFC 4, and Watch Dogs 2. All of those games will have improved frame rates. Note, this does not improve resolution, just frame rates, but some games are boosted from 30 FPS to 60, and in the case of New Super Lucky's Tale, 60 to 120 if you're going from the 1X version to the Series X, or if you're going from the 1S version, it actually goes from 30 to 120. So that's the quadrupling they're talking about.
Bonkers.
If you want a more detailed breakdown, Digital Foundry, I recommend their video on it. It was absolutely fantastic, showed some comparisons. Starting this spring, they said that we'll have a new feature in the managed game section of our Xbox for compatibility options where we can toggle FPS boost on and off along with auto HDR. So I want to get I just splurged a bunch of information, you guys. What do you guys think about FPS boost? I'm gonna start with Tom over there.
Pretty happy that they announced this. There's definitely a lot of older titles that I would love to go back to. I just felt like FPS is just like my limiting factor for it. I'm not really too excited with the games that they're starting off with initially. For example, like I feel like there's other games that can utilize this much better, like the Outer Worlds, for example, which is still locked at 30, and I think it can really benefit from having that boost. But just the fact that we have this technology and moving forward, if they keep pushing out like they did with just like consistency as they did when they were releasing backwards compatible titles like on a weekly basis, this is definitely going to be a really good thing, and I can't wait to go back into my backlog even deeper. And I'm never going to be able to have time to play any of these anymore, but it is what it is.
Yeah, no, I'm certainly excited for it. I literally just finished New Super Lucky's Tale when the Xbox came out, so I could have had that 120 if I have the TV. Because I asked Digital Foundry if the FPS boost gets rid of the 2.1 HDMI requirement, but they said that you still need a TV that can do 4K 120. So you need the HDMI 2.1 in order to run this. Husk, what are you thinking about FPS boost, my guy?
I think it's awesome. for anybody that owns a Series X, this is just another huge statement in terms of how backwards compatibility, how serious they're taking it, and how games, like, they don't, like most of us that invest in games, they don't
Mhm.
want them to die. Like, I still go back and play games like Left 4 Dead, which is ancient. Like, I mean, it's, I don't know. It's beneficial for anyone that has a Series X because you get a better experience. And even some of these games, like they've said, they're not, they're going to give you, they're working on it. They're going to give you the
Mhm.
option to play it the way it was originally made or intended, per se, or get your frame rate or your frame rate boost. And this is all going to be working in tandem with anything that they pull forward with it that got the increased res treatment and better texture, like everything. This is just another step in their ability and their stable to enhance games. Like that's what they want. They want to give you the best experience possible and the experience you want to experience. So it's awesome. And if I had a Series X, I'd go try Sniper Elite, but I don't.
Garrett, Amon, thoughts?
I think this is a great way to preserve like old games. Like I really want to see Batman Arkham Knight 60 FPS. It's a great game, and yeah, can't wait to play it in 60 FPS. Watch Dogs 2, a game I haven't checked out, so I would like to try that. Same with Far Cry 4. I haven't checked that game out either. So yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, if you want to see, like I was saying, the difference between Watch Dogs 2 is pretty noticeable. If you watch that Digital Foundry comparing to the original game, there's a lot of frame drops, especially in high populated areas. So it's a massive difference, when especially now it holds stable at 60 FPS. So definitely check that one out if you want to play some Watch Dogs. Garrett, we lost you there for a second, buddy. FPS.
Yeah, I know. FPF boost in a nutshell. Yeah, I think it's going to be a great thing, but I don't play that many smaller sideline hits, so I wouldn't really benefit from it. Because like once I saw it, I was like, yes, I get to go back and play Mass Effect, but I'm waiting for the new one anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I get to go play BioShock, but I just had that update come out like what 2-3 years ago. So like that'll be nice to see boosted, but I don't know, not too many of the games that I play that'll be too necessary with.
Okay. All right. I personally don't go back that much. There are a few titles that I would like to see, and that leads me to my next question: is what games do you guys want to see boosted? Obviously, you just mentioned Garrett. You wanted some old titles, but is there something specific that you want on the next batch of games?
The Arkham trilogy for me.
Okay.
That'd be a good one.
Outer Worlds,
Prototypes,
like I
that would
mentioned.
be cool to see in 60 frames per second.
That too.
Can you play
I
those
want
on backward compatibility?
More.
I want to figure
Sorry?
out, like, because I played like the disc one not too long ago, like probably like just before I got the Series X.
Okay.
But on the
Then it should
Xbox
work.
One, I did. Yeah, it
Yeah.
should work.
Yeah. I'd like to see Rare replay all the Banjo games. Obviously, I'd like to see. I mean, Ninja Gaiden is already 60, but if they could get it to 120, that'd be amazing.
I
Just
think
make
that'd
it
be
even
doable.
smoother. Yeah, make it even smoother. So those would be my picks.
I want original Xbox games in any of them. Any of them they could. Honestly, I would
Splinter
like to
Cell.
see. Yes, I was going to
Yes.
say that.
Yeah.
Stole the words right out of my mouth. And there's a game on the original Xbox. Well, there was two of them. Game called The Suffering. Like, I'm a huge fan of that game. There was a sequel called The Suffering: Ties That Bind. I want to see something. I want to see that in back compat, and then I want to see. I don't know. I want to see it upgraded with frames and res.
Okay.
And what I really want them to do is start maybe open the door to games that didn't have online capabilities alongside all this other stuff they're doing to make things awesome. So I'd love to play Fusion Frenzy at 60 FPS, but it's a couch co-op. I can't really.
Mhm. Well, even so, I downloaded Chaos Theory for Splinter Cell because I wanted to play co-op online with my brother, but the servers are shut down. They don't let you play those games online. So I would love to see them bring those titles forward and let us play on the current servers somehow.
Right. Well, and that's the thing. All they'd have to do is make one of us host it on our ISP's stuff. Like you would host the server, and there you go. I mean, your connection might not be great if you're playing from someone across the planet, but that's an option, and that shouldn't be another thing they could add to the list to, give us more awesomeness from our old games. Like, think about the games that are sitting there that don't have online capabilities that could have done really well with them. Could use it.
Certainly a long list. Splinter Cell among them, and I think letting us play Splinter Cell would go a long way to easing the unrest that we're not getting a new one from Ubisoft.
Yeah, Sam Fisher's in every game but his own at the moment. That's how it's going anyway.
He's in that phone mobile game. It's pretty, God forbid they make a new one though.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want to go off.
Ezio from
Sorry,
Assassin's Creed made a lot of different mobile game appearances lately. I've seen that in a few ads.
That's true.
I don't know. The only ads I get are for Joker and Queen from Persona in that AFK arena.
Oh God, AFK Arena. God, they have everybody.
That's what I'm getting on YouTube.
We are not plugging, guys. We are not plugging.
No,
Moving
they're
on.
not sponsoring us. If they want to, though, shoot me an email. But we'll go on to story number 2 after talking about how FPS Boost is great. But did the Bethesda deal lead to Stadia shutting down its internal studios? This is coming from Nathan Grayson and Ethan Gack at Kotaku, who had a write-up regarding the last few weeks of Stadia's internal studio drama. The article says the developers were shocked when they were notified that the studios would be shut down. Apparently, Vice President and General Manager Phil Harrison sent an email to staff lauding their great progress just 5 days before announcing that Stadia head of entertainment and games, Jade Raymond, would leave the company, and Google will not be further investing in bringing exclusive content to the platform. 3 days later, developers had a conference call with Phil Harrison where he expressed his regret over misleading statements made in his email. And when asked what changed, he said, "Nothing we knew." Then in a further Q&A, Phil Harrison pointed out specifically that Microsoft's buying spree and Bethesda's acquisition was one of the factors that made Google decide to close their game studios, and the rising costs of game development and COVID-19 were also cited. So I want to know from you guys, how is he connecting these dots? In what way is Bethesda acquisition connected to Stadia? And
It's not.
Whoever wants to.
It's not. Google just shit the bed.
Yeah,
They,
I think
they gave
Google was
up, threw in the
resting on
towel.
a. Well, yeah, but they always had the history of throwing in the towel first, right? So I was thinking, yeah, I guess it could help in the same aspect of they were never truly planning on supporting their own brand in the first place with exclusives.
It was an
Because-
experiment that they thought would be successful just because of the numbers. They were seeing the data of how big gaming has gotten in recent years, especially last year. It
Yeah,
grew even more.
And I think they're
It's the
mainly
only
hoping
industry
to be a
that,
platform.
media in general is like the only thing that grows when the world's a burning pile of shit. It is what it is, and they saw that growth and they're like, ooh, throw some money at it, and then when it doesn't pan out and everybody bashes on it and leaves your service, you kind of close up shop so you don't lose your ass anymore. That's my thought, my take. Sorry.
Oh no, it's all good. Yeah, I was just saying that, well, with the Bethesda deal, everyone's worrying about whether it being on PlayStation, but I don't think it would be too much of a no-brainer. I don't think it would be on, because it didn't, or Bethesda and Stadia didn't have, or Google, I should say, didn't have that amount of time to build up a relationship. So while everyone's talking about is the next Bethesda game going to be on PlayStation? Sure, possibly, but 80% chance it was never ever going to come to Stadia. No.
Biggest downside to the whole thing is that it was overall it worked. Like people were
Mhm.
pretty impressed with it, like right out of the gate. It's like it plus, but you're competing with Microsoft at the same time and Amazon. And I don't know it.
Mhm.
Amazon's gonna drop out soon as well.
Oh yeah, I
You think?
agree with that statement. Oh yeah,
No,
Yeah.
they won't make
Have
it
a better
either.
chance.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they have a
didn't
better
they have,
chance
like,
than
a weird
Stadia, but
games.
give it another 4
purple
years.
controller thingy?
They're gonna drop out. When the next when PlayStation announces its Game Pass service type of thing, Amazon's gonna, tumble down.
I mean, but they already have that, so I don't think that they'll drop out that soon. They just started off with Luna, and they already got pretty good like track record so far. Stadia just messed up from the very beginning,
Mhm.
and it's just been like the worst Jenga tower built possible, and they're just like pulling all the fucking wrong pieces.
Yeah. No, they forgot
Yeah,
two
but-
pieces midway through and left it teetering on one is what happened. God damn.
Yeah, but it's always going to be the third best service.
I think
It's
Google.
never going to be the best one there. So, like,
Mhm.
I don't see the point in them pursuing it.
Well, third is even.
Yeah, that's giving it a
high.
lot.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I mean, fourth at best, because they're not going to overtake Sony, Microsoft, or Nintendo.
And that's something else.
Oh, also
people need to
the
remember when
GeForce.
streaming services.
There's a G4 and
Yeah.
GeForce now.
Oh yeah,
There's also that.
Nvidia. Theirs is pretty solid too. Like
Mhm.
actually really solid.
So yeah,
but something people
honestly,
need to
fifth
keep in
best,
mind is
fifth best. so-
Sony's working on their server space that they're renting from Microsoft. So
Mhm.
you know that theirs is coming. It's in the pipeline, and when you have the two juggernauts of gaming, the first you know what the thing is, the first one that can land Nintendo and get their service on their mobile devices,
Yeah.
their handheld, the Switch and shit.
Mhm.
You're never falling off the top spot at that point. But yeah, they have Sony to contend with when they announce their shit. So it's
Well,
Yeah,
I don't blame Google for dropping out. I feel like maybe they could have stuck it out a little longer. It's not like they don't have the money to do it.
yeah, I mean, their parent company, Alphabet, can compete with Microsoft on just in terms of profit. They're both $1 trillion companies, so it's not like they couldn't afford to just keep it open. This seems to me like, even though they saw the amount of increases that gaming has had in the last year, they also saw like, whoa, you have to spend $7.5 billion to compete in this industry, and maybe they're just like, we're not willing to spend that on this type of service, especially when it didn't immediately have success.
They make that from the Play Store in about 2 minutes.
Mhm.
That's the thing.
I don't
It's
know,
like,
yeah, and
come on, man. Or at least keep your studio intact. Like, give them another shot at a game. Like, yeah, sure, Stadia can take a back seat, but you could have developed that studio more too. You didn't have to make that a thing that was part of it. Like, don't tie them to your service. You still could have had a solid studio and release games on other platforms.
Yeah,
It's a fair
like
point.
even Amazon's dead. I think like their new World game, I think, is coming out on PC. Something like, I mean, you guys
it
did
didn't
that,
get.
build a fan base,
It
and
got
then like
delayed
your
again, didn't
service be more desirable. But no,
Exactly.
But isn't that going through some rough development as well? Did it just get delayed? I heard.
I think it was supposed to
I'm
get
sort of
released,
expecting everything
and
to
they
get
like
delayed
canceled
this
it
year.
and like fixing some stuff at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
But at least they didn't can it.
yeah.
They're like, you know what? Shit's not going right. Let's
Better than nothing.
step back and, work on it. That's all. I don't know. I'm disappointed in Google for that. I didn't care about Stadia. I was never going to use it.
Yeah.
People I talk to every day were not happy with it in the first place, especially getting charged for it after they canceled it. That was a big one. But yeah, don't dissolve a studio over it. You built a studio with like a lot of great people. You could have done something with it.
It just seems to me like Phil Harrison's using this as an excuse to hide that they just don't believe in Stadia. I think Amazon's off to a much better start personally. They already have that deal with Ubisoft. They didn't immediately say, here's our platform. I think if Google came out and was like, this is a beta, I think it's a whole different look for them.
Yeah, definitely.
I think we're all in agreement. Phil Harrison talking out his ass there. about
Oh
Stadia.
yeah, he's gassy.
We'll move on to story number 3, which isn't nearly as fun. Just Game Pass games announced for February. We have Elite Dangerous for console, Killer Queen Black for cloud console, Pillars of Eternity 2, Deadfire Ultimate Edition for cloud console, Wreckfest for cloud console PC, Dirt 5 for cloud console PC, Super Hot Mind Control Delete for PC, and Code Vein for PC. Any of those titles catching your guys' eye, piquing your interest?
Super hot,
Dirt 5.
fun.
Yeah, Dirt 5 just
for
came out, so
sure.
if we're getting it
Yeah,
immediately.
it
That's
is.
so cool.
Exactly.
Look at him.
PS EA acquired Codemasters,
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
saw that.
Yeah.
Yep.
which makes sense why it's going to Game Pass. I guess it's one of those.
Oh,
things,
yeah.
like,
I didn't even think
the
about that.
collaboration between Codemasters and Microsoft for the launch of Dirt 5 and showing it on like the Series X and shit, and then their collaboration with EA Play.
Yeah.
Like it all makes sense. I'm pretty pumped that I don't have to pay for it.
Mhm.
I can play it now and on my PC or my One X. Super hot is always fun. It doesn't matter what version of it or whatnot. It's an awesome game. And then Wreckfest. I've seen so many people playing on community game nights on the weekends, so I'm definitely trying it out.
I don't even know what Wreckfest is.
It's like Demolition Derby style kind of thing, from what
Ooh.
I've gathered.
Destruction All Stars?
I heard that was actually pretty fun. Lacking some in-game music and stuff, but it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't know.
Not worth $70 though.
It's PS Plus game, so I think they.
Oh yeah, it got moved to PS Plus now, you guys.
Yeah, I think they realized it's not a. It seems to be more of a live service game now. I personally
Also,
don't really care about
Sorry,
any of these titles. Maybe Pillars of Eternity if I get a second and once my backlog is done, just because I've heard good things.
Pillars is the same one that the whole what's it called? Obsidian games
Avowed.
being based
Avowed.
on, right? Avowed? Yeah, right?
Yeah,
It's like I think I might play that just for like some introduction to like, let's say, the Skyrim version of Elders or Elder Scrolls lore, right? Might go in there and learn like their magic system. But yeah, that's the only eye catcher that I saw. Well, other than Dirt.
Tom, have you
do you
played
guys
Pillars?
think Yakuza? Sorry, do you guys think Yakuza Like a Dragon could be
Pretty
making
much
its way on Game
same.
Pass soon?
I mean, Dirt 5,
Soon.
Pillars of Eternity 2, Dreadfire looks good. I've done on PC already.
He's having some technical issues. Yakuza Like a Dragon coming to Game Pass? I don't think so. Not anytime soon.
Oh, dude!
I
Right
think
before the end of the
definitely
year.
this year.
This
Definitely
year?
A month and a
before the
half
end of this
before
year.
they
Yeah,
announced the
definitely.
Sega purchase.
Since Sega is also
Every week with this, they're gonna buy some Warner Brothers, Sega.
Yeah, and Techland.
Yeah, no,
if they
they've
get those
also been
three,
apparently-
I'll never stray. Microsoft, you'll have me forever.
Yes. Like also Sega's also been really happy with Game Pass results, and I think they're gonna get more games on there, like Persona, Yakuza, Like a Dragon, Persona 5, and all.
Persona. No, come on. Let's take a step back.
It's
That's
definitely
not
coming.
like the
It is
Xbox.
coming. It is coming this year. I'm telling you, it is coming this year.
This year, he thinks it's coming.
This year.
Maybe Persona like 4 Golden. They're not 5
Yeah.
for sure. That's like a lot. That's locked to Sony.
We'll see. We'll see about that. Fallguys was locked to Sony. It's coming to Xbox now.
That's a bit different, I think, though.
Is it?
I mean, yeah, I'd like to think so. I mean, we've never seen Persona leave Sony, though. It's not like Mediatonic is just like their breakout game. Sega with Persona is a very different story.
Or they could just, like acquire Sega. That could work as well. Yeah.
We have a guest here, and you guys are over here spouting these rumors.
No, go ahead. I'm aware. I see the same shit you guys do.
Well,
Yeah, this is nothing new. Come on, he did his homework. Now
Well,
back to purchases.
I do
Well-
I do put together a news show every week, and sometimes the rumors are pretty ridiculous. So, like tangible ones are more fun to talk about anyway. So,
yeah, well, speaking of rumors, story number 4 was an update on rumors we've previously talked about, and that was Fall Guys coming to Xbox and Ninja Gaiden news coming soon, which we reported on a few weeks ago. I think both of those were on the same show. And after the Nintendo Direct yesterday, we know Fall Guys coming to Xbox and Switch summer 2021, and Ninja Gaiden, the Master Collection, Ninja Gaiden Sigma, Sigma 2, and 3 are coming to all platforms on June 10th. So those are 2 rumors that proved to be true. So maybe there is some credibility to those studio acquisition rumors.
could be.
Could be.
Sega's pretty happy about what happened with the last one they put on Game Pass. So,
Right?
I'm also pretty happy with it. While we're talking about rumors and acquisitions, we only have one rumor this week, and it's could Microsoft be buying Techland? The rumor comes from Special Ed, and he was building off of what Jeremy ACG Penter claimed on Defining Duke, that Microsoft is seeking to purchase a 2021 exclusive and buy the developer. Special Ed says that this is a reference to Techland, and Dying Light 2 will be an Xbox exclusive. There have been rumors about Microsoft buying a Polish developer since 2019, and with news regarding Dying Light supposedly coming soon, is this the right time, guys? Do you think Techland, Dying Light?
Second time.
I want Techland.
Rumors been out in the wild.
Yeah.
In recent months, maybe even years. It would be
I think
awesome.
it'd be cool. Like, how long has Dead Alien 3 has just been sitting there? Like, it just is coming out one day, guys. Like, it never even came out. So I don't really. Techland. What's Microsoft gonna do?
Dead.
Yeah, but it's like they hyped that one up like crazy, dude. That's all Techland has.
Right, with the whole zombie running down the road, I still see that trailer sometimes in like weird TikToks. Like, Jesus, that thing can die.
Right? It can go away.
I want Techland, but I don't think it's going to happen. I doubt it's going to happen.
They did squash the rumor, but that's
but then he could just be lying. Could just be lying. Yeah.
Yeah, they also said the same thing.
They also said Fall Guys was not coming to Xbox. Yeah, they also said that, didn't they?
Well,
a month ago.
They said it's not coming to Game Pass.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember Tom Warren at The Verge asked them.
Techland's always really quick on squashing rumors. So, I mean, they responded pretty quick to this one, but that's all. Like, people also got to remember, like, I'm not saying it's a thing or it's gonna happen, but it's a PR move either way. You either don't respond or you say something like directly against it. You're not. Nobody's ever going to come out and say, "Yeah, the rumors are true. We've been working on it for months or years." It doesn't work that way. So it's totally possible, but I think it's unlikely. Maybe.
Yeah, I think acquisition is unlikely. But Dying Light could be an Xbox exclusive. I think, but acquisition
at least timed, right?
Yeah, at least timed.
Well, the rumor came from, there's been that rumor they want to buy a Polish studio, and Bloober Team is also a Polish studio. Just throwing that out there that maybe we got the wrong Poles over there.
CD Projekt Red is also a Polish studio.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, but nobody wants to be said.
Yeah, nobody wants that garbage fire right now.
They're great developers, but they had bad management.
But they
Microsoft
could be. But when you're just going through that sort of environment, imagine, how has anybody even seen any updates and things coming up from them lately? I haven't.
Just that video from a month and a half ago.
Yeah,
where
it sort of seems like they're really trying for the No Man's Sky thing.
Their management's really messed up, and I think Microsoft, if they buy them, they might be a lot cheaper now. CD Projekt
I don't
Red
even
because
think-
of everything.
I don't even think it's management per se. It's the damn suits. It's the people that sit at the table
Yeah.
and make
Yeah.
decisions about the little guy that's down there busting his ass for 80 hours a week.
Yeah, it's a guy who
it's
bought
the
a
sons
market
of
share
bitches
and
with-
opinion.
Yep,
Didn't put his
it's the-
time in at the company.
The asshole with the tie on and
Yeah.
gives no shits about anything other than that dollar bill. Not the game, not the people working on it, none of the shit we care about. That's what's breaking CD Projekt Red. And you know what? The thing is, if Microsoft were to pull them in under their umbrella, we'd see a complete and total turnaround, a completely different team, and they would get the
And also
time
take
they
a time.
need.
Rebuilding would take time. Rebuilding the whole studio would
would.
take time.
It would.
Yeah, I don't see them ever getting acquired anyways. Like their Witcher franchise is just worth so much money. Like it's really popular.
Yeah,
on
but
Netflix.
they don't own it.
They-
But they
that's-
don't own
that's-
it.
I thought that was theirs. I thought they bought the rights to it. They bought like the dude who made the
No,
book. They bought the
it's-
rights to it.
I think they have the game rights. I don't think they have the book rights and the movie rights or whatever.
Like the actual story.
I thought
right?
they bought the entire thing. Like The
Geralt
Witcher
and
is
everything
theirs.
Oh, I'm not sure about that then. Because last I heard, they just had the game rights.
Anybody want to Google that?
I'm-
I mean, I would, but my keyboard's obnoxiously loud, so
like I've always thought like
I'm
because when I
curious
looked
now.
into this way back, when they got The Witcher, the author was like really mad that he sold the rights to it because The Witcher like blew up and made so much money, and he was like, "Oh man, I should
Yeah,
have sold it
years
for
ago.
more money."
Mhm.
Oh yes, you
There
are
was
right.
all kinds of
CD
budget.
Projekt Red owns all of
Owns
Witcher.
So,
it, owns
they
it.
all-
Yeah.
Yeah.
no,
They
everything.
also
I remember
also
seeing the
own,
article
like,
about that guy being
the Netflix
super butthurt about it.
adaptation. They're the ones who went through with the Netflix adaptation, apparently. So
Yeah, so it's like even if they had one flop, The Witcher's like itself is just so like popular now, and it's gonna keep growing if they just keep making more seasons of this. There's no way Microsoft like they ain't gonna sell. They won't sell.
Well, flop isn't even the right word. I mean, Cyberpunk sold 13 plus million copies. That's a success. You know, as much as the bad PR, they made a lot of money. It didn't hurt.
It's a
It didn't hurt
success
them.
for the CEOs,
I
Ford, and everybody else. That's why I said suits earlier, because that's who made the money. It's like, I mean, yeah, everybody got paid for their work, but now they're busting their asses and apologizing for something they had no control over, and they're getting shat on at death threats. It's like, God damn, man, we're better than
Getting
that.
hacked. They're getting hacked.
People need to realize, like, no company is ran by the people working there. That's not how it works. Like, there are higher ups of higher ups, and those assholes push deadlines and so on and so forth so they can go buy their new yacht. It has nothing to do with the people that they're busting their ass on the things we love and consume in media. Like it doesn't work like that. Stop holding them accountable for something they more or less had no control over. That game needed to be delayed again, and they couldn't make that decision. Like, good luck convincing somebody that invested all this money into it and wants a huge return after delaying it multiple times already. Like, it's ignorance is bad. It's
they
running
also announced
rampant.
it way too early. They
Oh,
announced
yeah.
it way too early.
Years.
Like what?
like,
8 years?
way
8
too
years
long.
before? Too
Mhm.
early. Overhyped as well.
Wow, I think that's the first time I've ever heard Amon say something negative about
wasn't
Cyberpunk.
that your game of the year?
He's
Yeah,
right.
no,
He's right.
it was overhyped. I'm not gonna lie, it was overhyped, but it was best game 2020 easily.
Easily, he says.
I haven't gone back to it yet. I need to. I ran into a snag
Once
with
the
my
next
PC,
gen
and then
update
by
comes
then
out, it's gonna be the
medium was
best
up.
game of all time, man. Listen to me. Once the next gen update rolls out, it's gonna be the best game of all time.
Ooh. That's you
I'm
should
just-
save that for the fun topic at the end.
That's a sneak
Yeah,
peek into my That's a sneak peek. That's all I'm good. I have a lot worse stuff to say.
Oh
That's just a
my
sneak peek for the
Oh my
top
God.
hot takes.
All right, well, I think we should move into the fun topics and viewer question segment. On that note,
Can I cram one thing in?
Yeah,
real quick?
go for it.
I swear to God,
Go
it'll
ahead.
be brief unless you guys want to talk about it.
Nah,
That
go for it.
Mortal Kombat trailer.
Yes. Oh my God.
Like,
Yeah,
where's Johnny Cage? I don't care. Yeah, sure.
I know, right?
Replace him with a character with a dragon tattoo. I don't know, dude. That trailer like has me excited for a Mortal Kombat movie. Like,
Agreed.
oh my
Sub-Zero
God, the
looks
first
amazing.
Mortal Kombat was
Sub-Zero.
good, yes.
Wow.
But Annihilation was a total.
Yeah, so Aman, you being the youngest, have you watched the other Mortal Kombat movies? No.
Oh
Okay.
no!
Watch the first one.
I think.
And then watch the second just to appreciate the new one.
Are they on Netflix? I feel like they were on Netflix at some point.
They were
They
at
could-
some point.
You
But-
need to watch them, dude. Watch them. Trust
Yeah.
me. Yeah,
I will. I will watch them. I'll make sure to watch them before April 16th.
Yeah, watch them and then go watch when you see the new one and like even the trailer, you can see how crazy it is that we're getting a Mortal Kombat movie that kind of
And
looks
why a lot of us are so hyped, right?
yeah. You
It
know,
looks
the moment that had me in the trailer was when Sub-Zero turned Scorpion's blood into a dagger.
All right.
That's
Yeah.
what really like that was so badass.
And then we got the
Raiden's
get over
reveal
here
in the
thing.
trailer
That was
made me-
amazing.
happy as hell.
Come on, no! When
My
Jax got his
favorite.
arms ripped off, man, that was free.
That was cool.
Sick.
It's
Ah,
not canon, but it was a good choice of
Mhm.
change
Agreed.
in the story.
Yeah, I think it
Like,
was Ermac that did it initially.
dude, it was so good. Yeah, it was Ermac, but that was badass. That part was totally badass.
Mhm.
Yes.
I hope it
agreed.
doesn't. I hope it isn't as bad as the Monster Hunter movie. That was terrible.
There's
I
no
did
way.
I mean,
watch
did anyone expect that to be good though? You know,
True.
No, I
didn't
saw
expect
no
that.
marketing for that.
oh, we got some banners on the
one
Xbox
thing-
store.
What? Come again? And he's gone.
What's up?
Excuse
Oh, no,
me.
we're good.
No, but
One
You're
thing
all-
I will say about this Mortal Kombat movie, real quick, I was talking to people today about it, and there's talks of how it's not quite gonna be canon, 100%, and you can't expect it to.
Yeah.
It's an adaptation, okay? But you'll notice a good chunk of the actors for these characters, or at least a small handful, are from the fan-made series from YouTube. If you haven't watched that, go find it. I can't remember for the life of me. All you have to do is type it into YouTube search. You'll
Yeah.
find it.
Wow, they're from a fan-made movie. Wow.
Yeah,
Big
like
jump for them.
Scorpion came out of that. I want to say Kano. Also, I can't remember. I'd have to go back and watch them. But this movie, it doesn't need to be canon. And I was arguing that point with some friends today. It's like we're finally getting the rated R, like gory fighting Mortal Kombat
mhm,
that we've been asking for, let's be honest, decades.
30
okay?
years.
Yeah. So that alone will make this movie successful, because that's what the game is. It's like fights and fights, and then chunks of cutscenes, like story stuff that's not horribly invasive. And that's what the movie should be, and that's what it looks like.
Mhm.
Let's just hope that's the case. I mean, they had a huge, like, this massive chunk of it that was just like quick cut highlights of fights. It's like you can't do a 30-second fight every time someone has to fight somebody. And it's Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
It's a tournament. You have to show all the fights and the fatalities and all of it. So that alone will make this movie successful. It doesn't even have to be totally 100% cohesive.
Yeah, I don't care about
That's-
canon. I think it's going to be a great movie? Probably not. Do I think it's going to be a good Mortal Kombat movie? Yes, I do. I think
It's gonna be a
probably-
fun movie to watch.
Yeah,
it's gonna be entertaining.
absolutely.
It's gonna be entertaining. Yeah.
Absolutely, it's going to be entertaining. I mean, you see the fatality in the trailer. Like that alone is more than I feel like we got in those previous movies. And I mean, I'm pumped for it. What I would love them to do, as you were talking about how, you know, we have the fights and then the small cinematics in the games, and that's how it should be in the movie, is if you've seen John Wick, they spend like 5+ minutes in fight scenes sometimes. Like Keanu Reeves will be on screen. Like they give you extensive fight scenes, complicated choreography. I want to see that in Mortal Kombat form.
Yes, please.
Definitely.
Please. I'm hoping. I don't know. I need to do some research, but I'm wondering if the people behind that like mini series, that web series, have a hand in this movie outside of just some of the actors. If that's the case, and they have some creative control from the, I guess you could call it a fan film if you watch them all back to back. If that's the case, then the movie will be good story-wise too. I hope that's the case, but I obviously don't know. There's a reason they reached out to the actors they did. Some of them, so.
But Raiden,
Yeah, sorry.
they recasted Raiden. Just saying,
They
Raiden
did.
to me is always gonna be the dude from the movie, because they even they use his face in like in every game too. That was like the only thing. I was, oh my god, don't change Raiden, put him back. But we'll see how he does.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll like him.
Let's hope. That's my favorite character. Yeah, I totally yeah, that was a good topic. I don't know how long we spent on it, but
No,
I'm definitely worth
I
it.
don't know how long, sometimes you guys run an hour, sometimes you run an hour and a
We
half.
just go until it's
Go till the stories are done.
So
Oh,
everybody's
so-
free on Thursdays is what you're
But
saying.
speaking about last minute additions, the new guy got to do it. I get to do it too. What do you guys think about the Xbox headphones? I
Oh,
think they
right,
got
we
lots of
forgot to
cool
mention that.
settings, and I'm gonna get one.
All right.
Yeah, for
And the
$100
side clip,
freaking steal.
guys.
Exactly.
$100,
Just so
Wait,
you know.
did you guys
Bluetooth,
notice
everything.
those headphones
Like-
were in the trailer, in the Dreams trailer?
Yeah.
Those
see
those
the
exact
earbud?
same headphones were in the Dreams trailer.
He was
What was
wearing
Really?
he was the earbuds.
Yeah.
Someone broke it up, and you can see it in his ears when his head's all bigger than the planets and shit. So it makes me wonder what they got going on there. If anything, it's got to mean something. You wouldn't put it in there. You wouldn't be like, "Oh, he forgot to take out his earbuds." You'd reshoot that scene.
Right?
Yeah.
It's not how that
Microsoft's been
works.
getting a lot more coy with their advertising between like stuff that we were just talking about and like Phil Spencer having seemingly whatever's going to be announced in the next 2 months in
know,
the
right?
back room.
They're sneaky about it. Like there's
Yeah,
shit
they're
plugged everywhere.
getting
taking
good,
a
man.
Halo approach to this.
Right?
Like like the they're taking something out of Bungie and 343's book of subtle
Mhm.
shit that if you
Yeah.
pick it apart hard enough, you'll find something.
I don't know. Personally, I think like during like the whole COVID thing, Microsoft has really stepped up with their whole new marketing strategies.
Oh,
Like, look at
definitely.
them. They did their jobs with just announcing the Bethesda purchase, and they took over shit for months and months and months. And there was no big budget thing. 3 guys did their job and created like a little Twitter post. Boom, blew up.
Yeah.
Nobody
And they've
talks
had
about
their
anything else for
setbacks,
months.
but compared to what it used to be,
Mhm.
all
Right?
the good weighs out the bad by so much. It's nuts.
Yeah, they've definitely learned a lot from their mistakes.
I mean, they
It's
actually
nice to
communicate with
see,
their fan base.
I'm not gonna I don't know. I'm not trying to like puff my chest if that's I don't whatever. I have a degree in media communications, and once I learned everything I learned, and I look back at the Xbox One
Mhm.
generation, holy shit, that was a barrel fire. Like it was bad. And now like if you go back to then and now you look now, like even like their social media mods, the people that run their social media accounts, they actually talk to each other like
Mhm.
like they all
Yeah.
kind of have their own thing, but they're all bickering all the time and posting on each other's stuff. Like it's fun, and that's what people want to see, and it's also professional a lot of the time. Like it's they're doing such a better job already, and this generation is young. Like, I don't know, they're winning.
Yeah,
I-
winning
Their
hard.
marketing teams and their social media.
Oh,
teams
definitely.
are on
And just
fire.
on like a little thing for like our viewers, just in case anybody likes those Xbox onesies, because I notice how quickly they sell out. They're going on sale on like the 25th. You could pre-order them.
Xbox onesie.
What are you talking
What are you
about?
on about?
I have
want
an
one.
Xbox onesie from the first gen, bro, and they're coming out again on the 25th,
Oh, snap.
and I'm gonna get it.
Whoa. Whoa.
Can I have your old one?
Like,
No, no,
Oh, come on. You don't have an Xbox.
they're
one. You don't
fancy,
even
and
have
like
a onesie.
they actually have like a specially fitted like thing for your TV remote, and like you got your cell phone up on like your elbow and shit, and you can fit your Xbox controller. Extra pouch for snacks. Like as far as onesies go,
Wow.
Xbox knows what the fuck they're doing.
What was that weird ass thing? It was like a hybrid onesie blanket thing.
Oh, Snuggie?
It really could be.
Oh,
Yeah,
what-
so-
what-
The what?
The
no,
Snuggie?
it's called the
Snuggie, yeah.
Udi.
So it's like
I thought it might have been called something different here in the States.
no,
Garrett.
yeah, Snuggie. I got it. Yeah, Snuggie.
Yeah, the Snuggie. Yeah,
That's
those
it.
things actually kept you super warm. One of my ex-girlfriends had
saying.
one.
They're putting pockets in their onesies and giving you all this like compartmentalizing shit. It's
Right?
like a Snuggie, but
It's
better
good
with
shit.
legs.
I did not
Pretty cool.
know
I
that
had
the
no
Xbox
idea.
made a onesie.
There was a onesie.
Yeah,
I mean,
dude.
the headset's
makes me
cool.
happy.
I'm not gonna buy one though. Like, I don't need to spend $100. I
I
have a
think it's
headset.
perfectly timed because like my buttons are just starting to wear out. So I was like, ooh, I could pre-order that. I could
Think
try.
about this. If they're putting out a headset and they're boasting all this stuff, right? Like sound quality, comfort, noise cancellation, Bluetooth, so it can connect. You can use it across multiple devices. If it's if we're saying anything about it, it should be that it's probably going to stand up to their claims. Look at what they just did with the Series X. Like they're being serious right now.
Right? Yeah.
So even like they're saying that we will see it as the best headset at that price point. Just like
But
they
that's sort
said
of
with
like
their consoles.
I think they're going to be insulting a few of those. Like if they do 3/4 of what that the headset says it's supposed to, I'll be impressed. And considering the fact that like the other ones that I was looking at were like damn near $300 up in Canada, so like, dude, they're gonna insult some people if they could do it at that price point. Goddamn, gonna make me
Oh
blush.
yeah. Dude, the market's gonna flip on its head as far as headsets. For budget headsets. Like
Yeah.
that's the thing. It
Yeah.
falls into the budget category at
Mhm.
$100. And if it's anything like they're touting, I'll buy one. I swear to God, I'll buy one. Like being wireless and being able to take phone calls and a whole shit and then switch over to my PC and use it if I want to use it there. Like hell yes.
I think that's an important caveat is that it's a budget headset getting all that, because I did see some people are being like, oh, how does this compare to the 9X from the Arctic's line? And I'm like, those are complete. You can't compare those two. One's hundreds of dollars. This is $99.
What happens when they do start comparing them with those
Yeah, that's
mid-range?
that's what I was
That
saying.
shows
Like,
you-
I think it's
that shows you
interesting.
the-
stand up to them, just like one of my hot takes. I'll leave that.
All right. So we're now going to move into the fun topics, and we're going to start with viewer question. Only one this week from Lisa Armstrong, our frequent viewer. She writes
Hi,
in and
Lisa.
asks, she asks, with the announcement of the Last of Us TV show, what Xbox games would you guys like to see on the silver screen?
Fable.
That's
Fable,
Hellblade.
really?
A Fable
Hellblade.
miniseries I would actually love, about like some little kid like rising up and figuring out that he's a hero with all these horrible moral choices that he gets to like do over the episodes, and as the season progresses we see like the butterfly effect of his choices earlier on. And screw it, you can make it like an interactive thing where we get to like vote on like good or bad
Black
choices.
Mirror? Like
That's
that's
a
like
good idea. I'm so waiting for the interactive TV shit where you're us, the viewer,
Mhm.
actually put a fingerprint on the show.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
That
a
would
good
be
idea. I like that.
crazy. I would go for Hellblade. I think Hellblade would
Yes,
be
you stole
a great
it.
TV show.
Hey, I agree with him.
That's
Game of Thrones style Hellblade.
it's unfortunate because you stole mine as well. Hellblade
I
was mine.
love that game. Oh,
Yeah.
I love it.
Well,
I
that was
played
my
it 3 times.
game of last gen as we voted on this podcast, the best
Nice.
Xbox One game. So I would
Or-
love the Hellblade series.
Why do we got to do just silver screen? Let's do a movie too. Because I always thought that Gears of War, I personally think, would make like
that
a
would be
better
so
movie than Halo. Just
I
for,
agree
like
with
the
that.
we were
it might be
soldiers
easier to
grittiness.
do,
Yeah, easier.
not necessarily better. Execution's a big deal, I guess. So it
Yeah.
would depend. But hell yes, I would. Hell yeah, I'd watch the shit out of that.
Mhm.
Isn't there a Fallout TV show coming soon from Amazon?
Yes.
Yeah, Amazon.
Is there?
Amazon is working on a Fallout TV show. So,
No idea.
yeah, that's kind of a
That'll be a
Microsoft
good one
IP
too.
now
That
as
has
well.
potential.
Amazon makes good stuff. If it's anything like The Boys,
Oh yeah, I love The Boys.
is phenomenal.
The Boys and American Gods. That is like I think one of their more underrated shows. American Gods, I really like.
Oh, I haven't watched that one. Just watched
Doom.
The Boys.
Doom.
Oh, a Doom TV
Doom.
show.
Whoa.
Hmm.
Whoa.
It would need
Not
a
TV
pretty
show, maybe a
solid
movie.
budget.
Yeah.
movie.
Maybe a movie.
A movie.
As long as
I
The
don't
Rock
know.
is nowhere near it.
Okay,
Yeah, no.
well,
Keep
or
him
he has
people
a helmet
in.
on, right? Doesn't talk much.
Yeah, but
I
he can find a way to
completely
take
forgot
it
about
off.
the
Like,
Zen Knight,
I can't.
His
I flexed
think
out
about
of the helmet.
his arms in that armor. Like when you're wearing the armor, that's it would look like Doom guy. I'm just saying.
Then let's just do a Wolfenstein TV series. Like let them see.
cool.
Let us see Nazis getting killed on live TV. Let's do that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Even throw like Robo Hitler in there. Like I would in one season. Why not? Just make something out of it.
There's a lot. We're gonna see more and more of it.
Oh,
I'd be willing to bet that. Does Microsoft have?
This is
a
not really a
studio yet?
Microsoft. Sorry, go on.
No,
so.
but does Microsoft have a movie studio of any sort yet?
I don't
Yeah,
believe so.
I think is the keyword. But they do look like they want to go toe to toe with everything that Sony does. And last time I checked, they got a few movie studios.
Yep, they're dipping their toes in.
This is not really
everything.
a Microsoft IP, but it's soon to be Microsoft IP. Deathloop. I think Deathloop would make a pretty. Yeah,
Be fun.
Deathloop would make a pretty.
That would be cool.
Yeah, it'd be a pretty decent, like time traveling hitman.
I feel like it would get a
Assassins
lot
killing each.
like that. What was that? Live, Die, Repeat. That Tom Cruise movie.
Yeah.
Low-key. Amazing movie, by the way. If you guys haven't watched it, one of his best ones as of late. But yeah, I think it would be a little like that. Deathloop.
Or Looper.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or like some sort of spy versus spy time travel movie. I could see that.
Yeah.
That could be fun.
General game that I would like to see made into a movie or series, Dead Space.
Yeah, that would do well.
Like a lot.
That would do well. People love horror. It's kind of like, people loved Aliens, so like,
There you
it's
go.
not a far fetched concept.
Nope. Hell yes.
Then if we're gonna do that, like just general, and like Tomb Raider could freaking use like a series. Their movies are already.
I think a
Their movies
series
haven't
would do
been
better
that
than a
good lately.
movie.
But yeah,
I think a
this is-
series would do better than.
Yeah,
a
the
movie.
recent one was all right. It was okay. It wasn't amazing, but yeah, it was just fine.
I've only liked the first movie when I was a kid, and I thought the rest of them were bad. But I think as a TV series, it'd be good. I choose Uncharted personally, but like we're not talking about PlayStation over here. But yeah,
Uncharted would be a good one.
It's kind of like Indiana Jones, though, right? Like, I mean,
Yeah, it is, but with a little more. There's a lot more stakes in. Like, it's not just a big old boulder chasing you down a tunnel. It's jumping off a cliff out of the back of a Jeep and grappling the side of the mountain and landing safely. Like, it's nuts. In comparison.
Angelina Jolie will always be my Tomb Raider. Just saying.
She can be my Tomb Raider. Wait, I'll be her Tomb Raider.
No, like you had it right the first time. You had it right the first time.
Oh, I'd raid her tombs. Anyways, so
movies, yeah. Movies are fun. You know what's more fun? Hot takes. So we're gonna give some hot takes in gaming, just general gaming.
Go back and forth after one, or do I have to go through all of mine
No,
first?
we're gonna do one at a time.
One at a time, yes.
Yeah, we'll do one at a time. Go around the table, and probably do at least two with the time. You don't want to go too long, depending how quick we go through them. But we'll start since you're so pumped up. You can go first, Husk.
Oh man, I want to go through all of them. Well, let's get the joke one out of the way. Sony believes in generations. All right, we'll leave that one at that one there. Game Pass is the best subscription service in all of media.
Oh yeah, dude. And not only that, I'll add to that, they corrected the formula where streaming got like all divide and conquering. Xbox like unified it. Like, no, we'll keep EA and Uplay going if you guys just come over to us.
And guess what? You
Instead
can play on
of
your
more
phone,
bullshit.
you can play on your console, you can play on your PC.
Wait, do you just mean in gaming, or would you include
media.
like?
I mean media
media.
in general. Like
better than
I
Netflix.
would take Game Pass Ultimate over Netflix or
No.
Prime. The only reason why Prime
My
would be a
personal
close
take is
contender for me
Crunchyroll.
is the
Crunchyroll
2-day
is the
shipping.
best streaming
Okay,
media
that's fair.
platform. Crunchyroll.
I'm not an avid
Well, the
anime
Crunchyroll app
watcher or any of
sucks.
that. So like I can get what you're saying though. I can appreciate what you're saying, but I can't agree personally.
I would definitely put it over Netflix because I rarely watch Netflix anymore. The only time it gets used is when the girlfriend's over.
Classic
Hulu.
Netflix and chill.
HBO Max is making some steps to kind of bring itself up on that list, but it still can't beat it. I just wanted to say that for whatever reason.
Like Disney Plus is I only have it for the Marvel stuff, so I don't think that's fair.
For the Mandalorian?
I don't like the Mandalorian.
Oh, no.
Mandalorian
What?
is
Oh,
worth
no.
a Disney Plus
That's a hot take.
subscription on its own. Mando is worth the whatever the fee. I don't even know what it is. I don't care because I have to watch the Mando. Even if you only get it for a month to watch it all at once, and then
I watched the first 3 episodes of Mandalorian. It was just, this isn't my hot take because this isn't gaming, but I was just bored after 3 episodes of the Mandalorian. Like they skipped stuff. Yeah, they skipped stuff that I wanted to see, and then they just spent too long on stuff I didn't care about. Like I felt like they were filming it a bit. Like, why didn't we skip the part where he got like training and stuff, and we spent 10 minutes talking to this random, but like,
you haven't watched past episode 3.
no.
Dude.
What?
Oh, it's a slow burn. Please. Please go
Please
back
and finish it.
and you know, just finish the first season and then let me know what you think. Just do it. You will thank me later. Okay?
I hear season 2 is better than season 1. Is that accurate?
Yeah, like nobody in
definitely.
their right mind. I guess I didn't think it would. It demolished season 1. Like I loved season 1, and season 2 just stepped on it. So go shit.
I don't know. Maybe I'll consider it. I'll consider it more now that I'm getting some peer pressure. I would agree with your controversial statement personally, based on right now where media apps are.
And it's only gonna get better,
Mhm.
right? So it's like, it's basically for me, it's like who's gonna dethrone Game Pass right now?
Ooh,
I agree.
big talk.
It's a good hot take.
It's gonna take a lot. It's gonna take a lot for anybody to even compete.
Hey, if Marvel released
at
all
that
their
level.
movies day one on Disney Plus,
You know, if we would get their movies every once in a while, you know.
Yeah, I'm still
Yeah.
waiting for Black Widow.
Black Widow.
I haven't started WandaVision, but yeah, movie wise, I mean, I haven't started it yet because I have just like my gaming backlog, I have a TV backlog, and
Mm-hmm.
I got to catch up. And
definitely,
now all of a
definitely.
sudden, everybody that didn't release their series because of COVID are releasing them now. So it's like there's not enough time.
Overwhelming.
Yeah, very.
All right, hot take number
Definitely check it out.
Aman, hot take, go.
Okay, I'm gonna start off easy. I think PlayStation exclusives are better than Xbox exclusives.
Is that
I
even
know
a
this is an
hot
Xbox
take?
podcast.
Yeah, that's
Is
not
that
a
even
hot take, man.
Hot take.
I agree with you.
That's a stir some shit in the comments.
Yeah,
And that's
Yeah,
what
I'll
it is.
probably
That's
get
a hot
some.
take.
That's a
Yeah,
hot take for
yeah,
the
sure.
Xbox community. I think it's a hot take for the Xbox community. In gaming in general, I don't think it's a hot take.
Yeah, probably. But we are an Xbox podcast, so like it is kind of a hot take, I guess. But right now, PlayStation exclusives are better.
Oh yeah, well, God of War and Ratchet and Clank alone is better
Uncharted,
than. I don't care about
Uncharted,
Uncharted.
Spider-Man,
Horizon,
Bloodborne.
You got to remember God of War.
I don't like
is
some
a
of those.
2018 title. It was PS4 title.
Oh yeah,
God of War can't count. Yeah, that's just there's a hot take for you. God of War doesn't count, even if it looks next gen. It looked next gen on the PS4.
it has a 60 FPS update now. You can consider it next gen.
Well, Ragnarok's supposed to be coming this year. I don't think it is, but supposed to be coming this year.
Suppose.
Listen, I got a PlayStation just for Ratchet and Clank. I haven't had a PlayStation since PS2. So
I sold my PS4 and then God of War 2018 came out, so I'm pretty happy about that.
Oh.
Oh yeah, dude. Trust me, I was not a happy person.
As someone that just played it last month, I just finished it last month for the first time ever. That game's amazing.
Yeah, I
Husk,
couldn't do it
definitely.
anymore. I watched the playthrough. I was like, dude, this is horseshit. I got to see, and I couldn't stop watching. And I really want to
definitely get a second-hand PS4 just for that.
Oh,
game.
I'm looking. Trust me.
Yeah, just for that game.
I've been looking. I just want them to release it on PC. That's all I really want. I can play it on PC.
Yeah. Well, there was a rumor going around that PlayStation is going to release all their exclusives on PC before the end of this year. I don't think it's true, but
well, even if they did it like months after they released it on console, they would. It
would be crazy.
Like me, I'm like.
Exactly. There's no point in getting one then. You just play it on PC.
Yeah.
That's what I want. Come on, I'll pay your $10 premium just for your damn game. Sony turning into 2K. It's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. Tom, hot take.
Gears of War sucks.
It
is
out of my mouth.
It is the worst franchise that I've played.
It's not that
Xbox.
it's the worst. It's just that it's overrated.
Yeah, I don't want to play big meat.
They invented the detection cone. Leave it with that.
I don't know if we can be Sea of Thieves friends now.
It's okay. If we're not friends, you're just a guy collecting loot for me.
Oh shit!
Okay, I'm scared for my second hot take. I'm scared for my second hot take now.
This is a hot take I cannot agree with to an extent. Gears 1 through 3 are amazing. Gears 4 and 5 are just okay.
I've never got I never could get into the franchise. Like, if I want, like, for me, one, there's aliens. I can or some sort of beings. I can play Halo for that. And I think that the game just like tries way too hard to be cool when it's not cool. You know?
It was cool on the 360 though, when I was, when I first opened my 360 as a teenage boy and started chainsawing people in half. It was cool when I stomped their heads in. It was awesome.
And the story.
And I can respect that.
The story is great.
Like, I teared up when Dom died.
Yeah, exactly.
If you didn't, you're not fucking human. Okay.
Yeah. I cannot agree with this.
They lost me in 4. I can't either.
This was also my hot take
breaking the internet
when I was in a podcast with Mav.
Oh,
But yeah, I stand by. I don't like Gears of War.
Yeah, you guys are not gonna like my second hot topic then.
all right.
It's
Well,
worse than this.
we're gonna
It's
we're gonna
worse than this.
we're gonna go to Garrett. Garrett, please don't make me lose my mind here. What's your hot take?
Okay,
Don't
so
say
just
anything
I
about
just want to
Gears, please,
clarify
or
before I get
we won't
everyone
be
all
Sea
pissed
of
off.
Thieves friends.
Hot take, you're like, what's my hot opinion piece on gaming today? Yada yada yada.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
All right, I think PlayStation is resting on their laurels too much, and if they want to make a real competition this term, like with Xbox, they got to stop. How do I put it? They got to stop the vagueness, so to say, because like it's sort of funny at my house. I'm an Xbox guy, roommate's a PlayStation guy. I'll watch the Xbox shows and get excited, and I'll sit down with my buddy for like that PlayStation show. He didn't even get excited until he starts going over the news after it. And I'm like, what are you doing? It's like PlayStation is never honest with their shows. You find out the honesty after the show. And I'm like, what do you mean? Then he started going over like the PlayStation with like the Spider-Man actually being on PS4 thing. And it's like, to have your fans just expect that out of you as a brand, it's a joke. And I
They
think
need
it's
to get out
so
of their own
weird.
ways. Is that what you're
Yeah,
saying?
when PlayStation guys are like, yeah, no, PlayStation's going to kick their ass. But how? The only way I see them winning is just because there's a bunch of like frat culty guys just worshiping anything that PlayStation does.
Their
Like,
brand
it's almost like,
is embedded.
yeah, like it's sort of weird. They can do no wrong in a way, and I just feel like they got to knock that mantle back off a bit. They got to actually work for their credit. I think it's getting annoying.
They
in
need to
games.
work. That's what they need to do. Like let's be honest. Like they can put out some bomb ass exclusives.
Yeah,
But
but that's it. That's
but
where the
they
buck
have
stops.
that's what I'm saying. Like their interaction with their fan base, their shows, their promises, everything I've seen, especially recently, this gen alone, like a lot of it needs an overhaul. Don't get me wrong, I love PlayStation. Like I said earlier, when I sold my PS4, I could have jumped out this window head first. Just I was so pissed when I saw God of War because I had played what they had to play and I needed the money. I'm like, it's a couple $100. Get it out of here. But I started on that console, and that console. Well, I started on it, the disc-based consoles. When the PlayStation came out, I didn't do anything with Xbox until PS2. So I've had every single console from both sides,
Mhm.
minus the PS3, but my best friend had it. And
Yeah.
it's like, you can do better. Do better. Communication, like something.
I don't think this. I don't agree that they're not going to win because of win if you're doing console war. I
Yeah,
think
well, not when I say, I mean,
yeah,
but like just
the PlayStation 5 is going to outsell the Xbox Series X no matter what, just based on the install base and Sony's
I
fan
think they
base
might
side.
outsell console-wise, but as far as
Yes.
engagement goes, I think Xbox is going to win at the end of it.
So
They're
this
going to have
is-
way more subscribers.
Sony
Yeah,
owns
so
the
this
market from name alone.
Yeah. So this is where I get into we're picking things apart. I don't think this is exclusively a Sony issue because Nintendo is probably worse at communicating with their fans. I think it might be something maybe it's a Japanese company culture thing where they don't feel they need to communicate. I don't know.
It's a communications barrier. They need.
I
to
will
break
make a product and you will like it. Right? Is that what you're going for? Yeah,
I wouldn't do the an imitation.
Come on.
But I do think that Nintendo has Sony and Nintendo need a communication overhaul where they actually engage with fans. They don't say we have a presentation, come show up for our presentation, and it's either going to be good or bad. Because the Nintendo Direct yesterday was garbage, and it's been 500 something days since we've had one.
Uh-oh.
No, I guess that means it's your hot take.
Yeah,
All right.
what's your hot take, Kevin?
My hot take is Mario sucks. And I wanna clarify. The character Mario sucks. His mainline titles suck. His 2D platformers suck. His 3D platformers suck. His sports titles are good, like Mario Strikers, Tennis, Mario Kart, Super Smash Brothers. Everything stemming from Mario is good. Luigi's Mansion, good. Mario RPG games, good. Mario himself sucks ass.
Dude, you're shitting on my childhood.
Yeah, right. Like I was just gonna say, like
the first
so
game,
he just
that's one of the first games I
defecated
ever
on
beat.
4-year-old
Like
Garrett.
Super Mario's 1. No, dude, the game is I don't. That is a high take. That is, and a lot of people are gonna hate you for that.
That's fine. I grew up with those games too. I grew up player 2, being Luigi. I've beaten all those games. I've played Super Mario. I've played them all. I don't understand. They're not that great.
I agree with this hot take.
I agree as well.
with this.
I agree as
I'm
well.
making a drink. So
Okay, fair enough.
you.
But somebody's got come on, don't agree with him just outright, you fuckers.
No, I agree.
First off,
No, I agree with him.
he was
I
formulated
definitely agree
off
with him.
of
Mario's shit.
an actual arcade game. So sorry he's a little rough around the edges, but he was the the guy that just jumped over barrels to begin with. He didn't have a story. It was only when people wanted a second and third one that they cobbled together a thing after it, right? It wasn't originally Bowser that he was opposed to, but it was King Kong. So I'm sorry that he doesn't have the same
Donkey
character growth that modern freaking heroes have. But that's
he
a part
doesn't
of
need
his
character
charm. He's
growth.
just like
It's
any
Mario.
of us.
It's
He's a
it's,
bummer.
Let's think about
it's not
it. All
about
right.
character growth though. It's just he's
What
a
do you-
bland, uninteresting character.
What do you associate Mario with? Mario himself, the character, or the games?
Nintendo, really.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Mario.
There you
Nintendo-
go. Mario is in fact Mr. Garbage Plumber. Okay, and he's a dick to his brother. He actually, let's be honest here. What's this deal with the princess in the first place? Bowser kidnapped her, then he just kidnaps her back. What's the end game there?
Well, he saves her. He's the hero.
The cancel culturing my youth.
Hey, we're
sorry,
not cancel culturing anything. I hate that shit. But we're just talking about Mario as a character being a bland, boring plumber with a red suit, and his name is not associated with his character as much as it is with the brand Nintendo
Exactly.
or the games that follow it, like golf and tennis and
Smash Brothers.
Mario Kart and Smash Brothers. He is he's like a pillar that you can build off of. He's the building block of a lot of games. He matters, but he's not awesome. He's no Master Chief.
Luigi is a better character than Mario.
Luigi is more
Luigi
interesting
is
just
by far
because
better
you
character.
can't
Luigi
pick
has
Luigi.
personality.
You are automatically Mario unless there's someone else playing.
Luigi
Come
has
on.
personality. His games
He
are
also has Luigi's
far more
Mansion.
interesting. Yes, better
Story.
game than any 3D Mario.
All right.
I don't know, man.
All
I
right,
like
I'm
Sunshine.
just gonna say it.
Sunshine is good shit.
I have no history with Mario, so I think he sucks. My childhood was Pokemon, and Pokemon is the best. Mario sucks.
Yes.
I don't care
So
about
screw
Mario.
the tradies.
you're
Let's
saying he
enslave
sucks
little
without even
animals and
touching
force
the
them to
game.
fight over
That's
and
not
over
fair.
again until they
I
pass
couldn't
out.
care less about Luigi either. Couldn't care less
shit.
about any of
How
those characters.
how old are you?
19.
Okay, that makes sense. I love it. I love it. Oh, I love it.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah,
we have
Thanks for
Pokemon was
making me
my
feel
childhood.
old as fuck.
Yeah, no,
a lot.
Pokemon was my
Appreciate it.
childhood, and Pokemon is the best, clearly.
And we're not even talking
Mario.
the OGs like Pokemon Red.
Yeah.
We're talking like Nintendo DS
Yeah.
Pokemon over here.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's not first generation.
Diamond and
He
Pearl.
wasn't like Charizard.
oh man.
Can
know,
we,
yes,
if we get into
cynical shit.
Pokemon talk, I'm gonna take a smoke break. I know who Pikachu is, and
Well, we're not going into Pokemon. I don't think.
We're not going there. Okay.
I'm just
That's
looking
hot
at you.
take.
Pokemon's relevance is about the same to me as Mario is to you, is what I'm going to get at.
Now,
You know what I mean?
now
Like,
that I
you understand how I see your take
Yeah.
on Mario, it makes sense.
now that Tom and I have really come out the gate swinging here, we'll move back to Husk for number 2.
Okay. I have 2 sitting here. Are we going to get to them?
Probably, I think so.
Probably. All right. So I'm gonna. All right. I typed this one out. T-flops, teraflops. Okay, they matter to some extent. A lot of people discount them. Okay, because they're a measurement to the. They're a measurement of compute power. Okay, it's just a bland. Not necessarily bland, like a basic measurement of compute power. So obviously, the higher the number, the higher the potential for a piece of hardware to be able to handle things, right? It's not the end all be all, but it provides a basic idea of what the hardware can be capable of. And that is literally a generation to generation thing as tech advances. But it also the SOC, like the SOC, the die, the compute units and how you configure all of that makes a huge difference. Like if the PS5, okay, let's assume that it had the same exact compute power, the same teraflops as the Series X, okay, it would still be on a hardware level an inferior console over time. It's like taking one you're taking one architecture, okay? It's like if you took a 1070 and you put it up against a 2070 and they had the same potential T-flops. Well, I tell you what, that 1070 is going to be fucking massive for one. Like, and every time there's a node shrink, every time you can cram more transistors into any, it's a measurement of what the potential for the hardware is. It's not the end all be all, but it does matter. There's a reason why there's a 3 teraflop difference between the two consoles, and there's also a reason why the Series X in the next I'll say couple of years, and it might be less, you'll start seeing bigger discrepancies in games that are multi-platform and the devs actually take advantage of it. That's the biggest problem. It's like you have to take advantage of the hardware provided. If you have both dev kits and you make this in linear experience across both of them, then there's no point in having better or higher running hardware. It doesn't do any good. Eventually, and Microsoft has the pull and the money to do it, you will start seeing more and more discrepancies, and that's why you'll see a PS5 Pro mid-gen refresh. Guaranteed. There's my hot take. Second,
I 100% agree with you.
I don't think that's a. I think we've talked before on this show that the Series X is going to be more powerful. The developers just need time to actually learn how to make games on it.
T-flops matter was my hot take. A lot of people
Yes,
say
T-flops do matter. Like
I agree.
I went
like
off.
13 teraflops. See, like where T-flop, like the console is not always going to be running at 13 teraflops. You know, that's as high as it can go.
That's
yeah,
basic compute power measurement of what it's capable of.
Exactly.
Yeah, I agree with that. Tom, Garrett, you disagree or?
No, I agree 100%.
I agree. I also agree to be
I think the
mid-gen
narrative's going to
refresh.
change in 5-10 years too. I
I hope we
think
don't get
I
a
think
big
you'll also get a Series X.
T-flops
X,
is just a hot
double
topic
X,
word.
or
And that's the thing. It's a measurement used by all hardware manufacturers. It is literally it's a measurement. It's like it's a potential measurement. That's how I view it. It doesn't have necessarily a standard or a super meaningful implementation other than this is what this piece of hardware can compute. Like, it is literally a measurement.
Mhm. Yeah, I think we all agree with that. Amon, you've been hyping this up. Don't let me down
okay.
here.
You guys probably already know this. No, I'm actually gonna save the one I originally had for last because that's going to be the crazy one. So this one is Final Fantasy games suck.
Oh, piss off.
I heard that from you like
Piss off.
earlier last week, and I was really upset with you. You brought it back. Like Final
They
Fantasy
suck.
games do not suck. They have
all suck.
really good
Besides
story
for
development.
Final Fantasy VII remake.
And that
They
just
all
makes no
suck.
sense. You never even played the original Final Fantasy VII to even like compare the two. You can't say that it sucks. It makes no
The
sense.
only Final Fantasy game I ever liked was on Super Nintendo.
Yeah, dude.
The
Right,
second,
but at least you played one of the older ones.
I tried Final Fantasy 15.
Like,
Amon.
it
that
feels
game
like
was
if there was a
ass. Final Fantasy
gaming
15
family,
was ass. Final Fantasy
like-
14 was terrible. Those
no,
like
dude. If there was
I
like a
gave up on
gaming
the franchise
family,
after both of them.
Final
can't
Fantasy would
remember.
be like that weird great grandmother that slightly has Alzheimer's, so we just all wheel up to the table. It's like, thanks for showing up, Grandma. You could go back to your room now. Fucking
love
alright,
you, but
everybody
go
stand
away.
around for the picture. Yeah. Like, thank you for still
You're
being relevant.
adorable, but stop talking.
the
Grandma, go to bed.
second most successful JRPG series of all time, only behind Pokemon.
Yeah.
Not the
And
And
first.
you're telling me it sucks.
And
It
it
sucks.
still has people.
I'm gladly
PS,
telling you
it's a
that
PS
sheepism is
franchise.
a magnificent thing. Final Fantasy is a testament to that.
I have
Probably
friends
just
that
cursing
hate
at me right now
Halo. I mean,
with his mic
I
muted.
think Tom just like is storming around the room right now, just like fuck. Off.
No, I have to tell my wife because she also likes Final Fantasy. I'm telling her like how like it's ridiculous. You're just like putting the series to the side. Like, which ones have you actually played through?
14, 15,
I'm
and
not sure what
7
was
remake.
on Super
14 was an
Nintendo.
MMO. Did you actually
Is it
beat
one?
like
Did
the
it
main
start
campaign?
there? Or did
Yeah,
it
I
start
played
on
like the
regular
first. I
NES?
played like for an hour and I hated it.
What's an MMO? You can't like discrediting that one though. Like the other ones though are great.
15 was horrible. 15 was
is
so
good.
bad. What are you talking
Well, 15
about?
I agree with. I don't like 15 too much. Comparatively, I compare when I rank Final Fantasy games, but it was still a good game.
15 is good until the final like 2 chapters, and then it goes off the rails into bad. Like
Which
I
they
didn't care for
fixed
the
it later on. They fixed it, by the way.
Yeah, they did fix that. I didn't play it after they fixed it because I didn't know they'd fixed it. But Final Fantasy is great. 7 is one of the most iconic games of all time. The
Yeah, 7
original
remake
7.
was good.
No, we're not talking about the remake.
The
The
original
remake-
7, oh my god, it's so outdated.
There's a reason they remade 7, and it's because of how iconic it is. There's a reason Cloud and Sephiroth are in Super Smash Brothers, and it fucking ain't the remake.
Okay, so I played the first one on regular NES. Never finished the second one on Super NES. So I correct my statement. Older than I even gave myself credit for. The original Final Fantasy I played and loved. And I played some weird Mario RPG clone of that, and it was hot.
With Gino, Super Mario RPG with Gino.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I got hung up
great
on
game.
something, and the game wouldn't move forward, and I threw it in the trash.
All right.
So I haven't played a Final Fantasy since Final Fantasy 2. So maybe
Okay,
they're
you
great
got-
games now. but it didn't.
Okay,
It didn't.
you guys,
But at least
you
you've
guys dismantled this
experienced
one.
the previous.
My next one, you guys are gonna freaking kick me out of this podcast.
No.
Dude, I already want to because you don't like
Calm down.
Final Fantasy.
Calm down. Calm down.
Oh my God.
His head's gonna explode.
Tom, bring it back. Save me. Give me a hot take I can agree with.
I actually don't have another hot take. I only came up with one, and I didn't know we were gonna go this long. So, if you guys have more, feel free. I'll comment on those.
Garrett, hit me.
You guys combined my second and my first one. I first pooped on PlayStation, and then I was just going to take another poop on Nintendo, but we sort of combined them. Like, I think Xbox is rocketing the marketing right now. That's all I could really say about it.
And
Nintendo, PlayStation, step your shit up. Stop resting on your fan base. Stand up, do your own fighting for you.
Also,
stop
lying. There's
right.
Okay. All right. I mean, I'll go. I have more.
Okay.
Battleborn is better than Overwatch.
I'll go for that.
I don't know.
I would probably take that.
Yeah, like it was really good. It was just like Overwatch was just so like everyone had to keep that
it would have
as
been
the
a hot
standard.
take if you said Bleeding Edge was better than Overwatch.
Oh,
I don't think this is much.
Oh God! Don't bring
Yeah,
that up.
nobody likes
Bleeding
that.
Edge is like the
I'm-
next game
I
to
don't
be
think it is.
silenced.
I don't think it is. I'm just saying it would have been a hot take if you said that. I think
Cool.
Battleborn's a good game. I haven't played it. I've watched some videos on it, but
Well,
Can
Rest
I
in peace.
twist his hot take and say that Bleeding Edge was funner to play initially than Overwatch was? Like
I would
had more
actually
fun
go
with
about with
Overwatch.
that. I liked
I
Bleeding Edge originally.
played the demo with some friends and I was like, you know what, this is kind of fun, and then it just died.
Yeah,
Overwatch is still going because of esports, whatever. It's cool.
Overwatch, if it wasn't made by Blizzard, no one would care.
yeah.
Exactly.
No, that's it for
Exactly.
sure.
Good point.
And like Overwatch, wasn't that just like originally the conceptuals of it? It was like a StarCraft arcade game, then it became a Dota, then it became Overwatch.
I'm not familiar with its origins. I know that Battleborn was unjustly compared to it, and it led to people thinking that they were the same game, and they are not the same game, and it ultimately led to Battleborn dying.
Probably the same reason. Well, no, I can't say that. It was just bad. Microsoft should stay out of that shit. Anyways,
Not as hot of a take as I thought. Husk, number 3.
I already said Sony believes in generations, right? Yeah. I thought
Yeah.
We'll say it again. Sony believes in generations. The Series X cannot be matched by an equally priced PC.
Mhm.
Well, especially right now. Let's take the price hike on hardware out of the equation and components that go on that hardware. And can probably at least match a PC build a couple to a few $100 above it.
I
Oh,
would agree with
PC
that.
Master Race will if anybody that's PC Master Race hears this, they will be super butthurt.
I mean,
oh
it's
yeah,
true.
they could get really
Yeah,
mad
like,
about it, but
Series X made the best ITX build of all time to date. There's a hot take.
yeah, that's
Two
true.
of them.
Nobody will want to agree with you.
These are
100%.
I agree
Oh
with
no,
him.
I
I
thought
agree with him. As
PS5
someone
had
that was
RDNA 3. I thought PS5 had RDNA 3. Isn't that the
no.
strongest,
Well-
most powerful console there is?
Remember that time I talked about teraflops? Yeah, it was like lightly trying to take a jab at that. And you just went.
Yeah,
past it.
yeah,
Now you're making a lot of people upset right now.
Mom jumps in, doesn't care about the algorithm for this video.
Thumbs down from all of those.
Well, Sony Interactive
PlayStation specs.
Sony Interactive downvoted our video.
You know, I'll be proud of that though. If they sat
Yeah,
through our
I would be proud if they downloaded the video. I'd be like, "Thank you for watching."
I was
Or Jay,
screenshotting.
or crap, or salty. You name it.
Now fucking work on your
Oh
marketing.
crap gamer! Oh my
I'll
god!
just. I should just share when you guys post this. I should.
He
Just
was
share it.
hyping up that place
And
Sony was
tell
gonna buy
him-
Bethesda.
You guys saw
I
that
remember
today,
that.
right?
Mhm.
Which one?
What?
It was J Tech, not J Dub, J Tech, whatever.
Oh,
I
no,
don't
I
know.
haven't.
The dude that's always got his fucking PlayStation hat on, and he's like super over eccentric, and he's like, PlayStation 5's got RDNA 3. What's up, RDNA 3 for the win? Blah blah blah. And he's just doing blah 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 blah. He's
dude.
being fucking total jackass. That guy. I saw that
worst
on Twitter today,
PlayStation
and I
guy.
was at work laughing, and my boss is like, "What are you laughing about?" I'm like, "Well, a while back, this guy, did this thing with this console, and now he's like totally eating his own ass on the internet. The internet's burning him
A
in a
grown
trash can right now. Grown ass man, like you were
grown man
about to say."
fought over a piece of plastic. You know?
Yes. Now the internet's making him eat his own farts. Whatever. My boss is like, I don't know what that means because he's like almost 60, but still. Yeah, that happened today. I was talking about a different Jay though when I was
Yeah,
mentioning.
J-Dub-
But that
J-Dub-
guy's just as bad.
J-Dub's a
J-Dub,
troll
that's
though,
Dub.
you know.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
nice.
I know.
He's a nice guy. He's a nice
I'm
guy.
sure he's a nice
Yeah,
guy.
he's pretty.
Yeah.
But
alright.
yeah,
He
no.
does it. He does it all for fun. Like if you see, he goes on many Xbox podcasts. Like he says it.
But
he does it all for fun
I
to
don't
annoy.
want that on my timeline.
Yeah.
So
Right? Another one
he
that I
and
know
all
is
the
Stephen
other
Ray King
assholes that
Thrash.
stir shit on Twitter get the ban hammer because like my timeline's awesome, and when it's not, fucker gets on the block list too. Like I don't care if they're PCMR, Xbox, PlayStation 5. Stir up some shit that makes no sense, or you're gonna be an ass for later.
Mhm.
Yeah. Bye. I learned that from Wilmy Hood. Shout out to Wilmy.
Yeah. He shares a lot of memes.
Oh yeah, he's good at. He's got a
Yeah,
solid
he
meme
does.
game, dude. His meme game is real.
His meme game, yeah, always gets me. Aman, I'm gonna let you go last. 'Cause
Yeah,
I feel like there's
let
gonna
me
be
go last.
controversy.
Potentially my last episode here. So yeah, let me
Did
go.
I mention that Sony believes in generations?
Yeah, you said that. That was
Did
the
I?
first one.
Did I already say that?
Yeah, yeah, that was your
Oh,
first.
okay.
Outtake.
You just forgot the keyword forgetting.
Balls.
My third and final one is something I mentioned before, and I think Garrett agrees with me on this. I think we talked about it. Is battle passes are worse than microtransactions.
Yes. I think the only thing worse than Battle
Mm.
Pass shit is outright just the gambling mechanics of loot boxes.
No, see,
Only
battle
thing
pass
worse.
are fun to grind. I don't know. I
Yeah,
enjoy
I
grinding with my
disagree.
friends. They're fun. They're
I hate
fun.
them.
Well, no, like, and it would be fun to grind if it was way more manageable. Like Sea of Thieves, lots of people in Sea of Thieves are roasting how quick and easy it is to get through it. I low-key love how quick and easy it is to get through it because you don't feel the need to, like some of the Fortnite ones and the earlier things, I stopped playing for like since season 2. But like that shit was like, all right, guys, the next week's events came through. We got to get our battle pass up. Let's go fucking hump 7 buses. Like I hated
Why do
that
you
shit.
speak of Sea of Thieves and how fast it is to get through? As
Oh, yeah,
somebody
dude.
that played it from day one for 2 years, every
Right?
fucking week, it's not that quick. If you're playing the game properly, you're getting shafted half that time. Like right in the middle of
Yeah, but what do you
a
consider
quest
proper in Sea
that's
of
a
Thieves?
storyline quests, achievements, all of it. Like everything you pick up from all the people that can give you quests, and then then you have the ghost Meg that doesn't exist. Like you got a lot of
s-
things.
I seen the Ghost Meg once.
Yep.
I just hate the feeling of having to commit to one game every day grinding out
and
something. Like, it's not
it
fun.
feels like it's a chore when they
But
start
it's-
doing the passes.
I'd rather just buy the skin I want.
Right?
Yeah, but like the benefit of the battle pass system is like you're not fragmenting your community whenever you want to release new map packs like they do in Call of Duty. You know, like they toyed around a little bit with like loot boxes a couple years ago, but they gave us new maps, but they figured out loot boxes were trash. So the best alternative at it was battle pass, and I'll take that over loot boxes any day.
That's
I understand buying like the microtransactions right like up front, but like if you're gonna fragment your player base, that's lame. Like for example, if Destiny just released all their expansions and like only had a battle pass, I'll even accept that.
and
But
they
most people are gonna
regurgitated some old shit recently and released it as new content. Like what the fuck is wrong with you?
That's just like
That's just
really
regurgitated
crappy.
bullshit.
You know,
I'm sorry, that's bogus.
let's delete this planet. This planet. Remember the original story? Gone. All right, but yeah, that's
Bungie, you're better than that. That's all I have to say. You're better than that, Bungie.
We're approaching probably the time we should stop, but I want to hear Amon's and I want to go off the rail.
Yeah, come on, Amon. Don't
Bring it home.
I hope it's not disappointing.
Destroy
You
it, young one. Here we go. You make me
All
spit
right,
out my
let's
beer,
get that.
I will totally buy you a video game.
All right, okay, come on, let's do it. Halo is overrated.
I mean,
I was
Leaving.
expecting that.
Leaving.
like the franchise or like a specific
Is
game?
now
Everything.
Or
Halo is not
was.
as good as people say it is.
hold on. Always has been or is now? Are you talking?
No, always.
Yeah, like
Oh,
like-
you little
hell no.
shit.
But you wouldn't even
Like,
grow
I
up.
tried
until
playing
times when
with this
Halo
kid,
1 and Halo
alright.
2 were like freaking
No, he gets agitated
just
that we
boring.
can't like sprint through it, that we can't
I got
speed
you.
run the game.
It's-
I tried to
it's
play
so-
1 and 2 with him. He doesn't get it. He physically
It's so
doesn't get
boring.
it.
I'm
There's
just
no
like,
sprint.
oh, run around,
can't
like
do this
walk
shit.
around, not
Alright.
even run. Just walk around.
Yeah, so you
shooting
have
aliens,
time
like-
to think.
You move fast enough. You move fine.
No, you don't. It's so
You
slow.
jump around. You jump bunny
This-
hopping.
Yeah,
This is a
you
two-year
hop around
generation
shooting
gap.
aliens.
Hold up.
That's all it's
Like
Let
I
me-
feel like when I'm playing
Let
with
me
him,
throw a
Amon,
wrench.
like
Go ahead. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
no,
Finish.
low key, like when we played together, Amon, I felt like I was playing with that guy from Office Space where he's just running around the office like parkour, 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 parkour. I'm like,
Oh, you
no,
mean
bro,
The
like
Office?
think your shit through, kill it.
So boring, bro.
All right,
Like,
hey, hold on.
I have to shoot a bunch
Fortnite,
of-
hold on, Fortnite. I gotta.
I don't like Fortnite. I don't like Fortnite. I don't like Fortnite.
I'm just
I hate
fucking with
Fortnite.
you. I had to categorize you. Like there's a gap. Okay, I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm really not. Maybe I am. I don't know.
Not
Your shit
completely,
hated
no.
gaming franchise. So Halo opened the door like a lot. Not only to your online gaming, but the first person shooter.
Oh no, I'm talking about the campaigns. I'm talking about the campaigns, not the multiplayer.
No.
Not the
No,
multiplayer.
hold on,
Not the
hold on.
multiplayer.
Just like everything with time, stories evolve, get more complicated, and get better, right? Halo 1, the first Halo, there's not a lot of dialogue, but there's a story there that actually stands up. Even like the studios have changed, but John 117 himself, like if you go back and you just like, you have to be in it. Okay, you can't just go play co-op with a friend. You
Mhm.
got to go play the campaign and pay attention to the story and get through it all, and that will make you want to play the next one. It's not a super in-depth, elaborate story, but this story was presented as the hero, like that you see in multiple games now. Okay, John saved the universe. Galaxy. Sorry, can't go universe. It's just the galaxy. You have to listen to the dialogue and appreciate it. You have to do that. You can't go into it wanting it to be bland or thinking it's bland, or you won't catch it, and then you won't have any desire for the second one. You got to remember, it's 2001, bro. You have to keep that in mind every time you play a Halo game up until Halo 4, which in my mind was actually good. Like 343 did good with that. But you have to start with Reach. You want a good story, go play Reach. That was Bungie's fucking swan song, bro. That game will live in my mind for the rest of my life. Go play Reach, and that will be easily, hands down, the best Halo story you ever experience. And play it by yourself. Do not co-op nothing. Don't put it on hard. Don't put it on easy. Find a happy medium. Play it and pay attention to the characters and the dialogue and the story. And I promise you, this hot take will shift a little bit. Maybe not all the way, but you'll appreciate it more.
I want to give this man a standing ovation.
I totally shit on your hot take.
Yeah, standing ovation. I feel like I just listened to a sermon. It was.
I'm sorry.
Praise the word of John. Sierra 117.
I get that all the games you grew up playing have the sprint button. I get that you grew up being able to sprint and with these faster paced shooters, but Halo is a shooter with a story. Is basically what I play Halo for. Is the
I get that. I just never got the hook. You know, there was never a point where like, oh, I'm really invested in the story. It was like, okay, it's a good shooter. That's all it was to me. It was never like, oh, it's the best shooter of all time. The best shooter of all time, I think, is Wolfenstein. Wolfenstein games are amazing, if you ask me.
I don't know.
That sounds like a hotter take than fucking Halo thing.
That is a hotter take.
No, because Halo is just a good shooter. It was never the best shooter. No, it was the first shooter, first person shooter. It once was, but now, like for me, it doesn't have the same hook it had for you guys.
No, and it won't, because it's not going to impact you like it did us. Yeah, it was so revolutionary. But you got to remember, there's the remastered versions that make it at least look a little better. You know what I mean? The story's never gonna be as in depth as something they can make now. But that's also why I'm like literally pushing on you to play Reach. That story, like I said, that's Bungie's swan song, like hands down.
There's a reason I put Halo 2 in my top 5 games of all time. Halo 2 is a masterpiece to me.
It is. My favorite was 3.
That's a lot of favorites, including my brothers. 3 story wise is good. That's where the multiplayer started to kind of lose me. 5 brought me back to the multiplayer I liked, but Halo 2
multiplayer is what makes me love it so much.
Mm-hmm. Halo 2 though has such iconic scenes from the campaign that are burned into my brain forever that I just feel like everyone should experience.
I'm speechless.
You're right. Please tell me you'll play Reach.
Yeah, I'll play Reach. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, at least when I said I didn't like Gears of War, I get this kind of reaction.
Yeah, that's true.
Very true.
Well, think about this. What's the first game or face or entity or anything that you think of when you hear the word Xbox?
It's always going to be Master Chief.
Master Chief.
117. Yes. Halo.
Followed by that weird bandana guy in the ball from Fusion Frenzy.
No, I don't think that. No, I don't think that.
He like had this weird, like almost macho man thing going on.
He was all of the like stereotypes from the early 2000s. Like, I'm surprised the guy wasn't wearing an Ed Hardy shirt. Okay,
right? Well, I'm gonna mess you up. Yeah, like, and he always had the mannerisms of it too, like an 80s wrestler, a 90s wrestler. Yeah, I'm gonna win this one. Yeah, I'm not even joking. That's how he sounds. It's like,
all right. Well, we're gonna wrap it up. Been going for almost 2 hours. I want to thank Macho Man Randy Savage for showing up today.
You're welcome, brother.
talking about Husk. Can you just let everyone know one more time where to find you, Husk?
Find me on Wednesday nights at on YouTube, Gaming Beyond the Box, 8 p.m. Eastern. Everywhere else, ACS_Husk. And yeah, I'll see you on Twitter and YouTube and all the other places of the internet where I tend to kind of hang out most of the time.
Everybody go check him out. Amon, where can they find you?
You can find me at amonm05 on Twitter. That's also my PlayStation PSN username and my Xbox gamer tag. So if you ever want a game, just hit me up.
Garrett.
You could find me on Xbox and Twitter at Way1G. Most people just call me like Way1 now, I've noticed. I got to change the name again. But yeah.
And Tom.
You guys can find me on Twitter at Chronicle Tom and on Xbox at Alpaca Space Tom 5087.
And
what about the gerbil down there in the bottom?
Oh,
So he doesn't talk. He only talks when the recording stops.
Greg, where can we find you at? You could find me always fucking being disabled in this party chat every week.
You can find Craig at Now Recording.
You can find me in a tube somewhere in an uncomfortable position. I won't go any farther than that.
I'm
It's a gerbil,
Kevin.
right?
You can find me at the Muffin Mon, and we're gonna end it there. I think he's a bear, but bye everyone.